Hello and welcome to the webinar 6 Pros to Hand Your Test Over to Dedicated Team, hosted by QATestLab company. Thank you for joining us today. QATestLab continues a series of live webinars dedicated to QA and testing. We are talking about specifics of software testing, QA team management, test approaches, and tools. We are analyzing tricky cases on real projects. Besides, we will tell at what stage of software development testing should be implemented and how to select a proper provider of QA services to build long-term business relations. We will try to prepare the most helpful and interesting topics for you to understand nuances of software testing and avoid any pitfalls. If you have any suggestions about the webinar topic, please write to marketing@QATestLab.com. Before we start today's webinar, let me please briefly explain how to use the GoToWebinar software. On the right side of the screen, you will see the control panel. Feel free to ask any questions to organizer during a webinar using the chat or questions pane in the control pane. We are recording this webinar, and the link to the record we will provide it by email within a couple of days after the webinar. So, today I'll be your speaker. I'm Liudmyla Potyomkina, Program Manager in QATestLab company. Nice to meet you all in this webinar. Software products become more complicated and sophisticated, while end users more demanding. High quality and positive user experience make the core of successful solutions. It's not the issue whether to test or not to test. The issue is who will test. Of course, it should not be developers, managers, or support team. They have a lot of their work to be done. QA and testing can be conducted within the development team by staff testers or by dedicated testing team. The advantages of hiring the dedicated QA team are independent evaluation of software quality, large experience and high-skilled experts, and quotes based on estimations. Do you want to know more about benefits of dedicated team? Of course you do, you're on this webinar. So let me please share with you some reasons that could help you to make the right decision in hiring QA team. The first reason is limited project budget. Small projects and startups are limited in their expenses, and they are trying to reduce losses as much as possible. But currently, companies fully understand the necessity of testing, and they don't neglect QA services. Following the cost-based approach, you avoid staff increasing and don't hire software tested or QA specialists for short-time tasks. Besides that, you don't waste time and money on looking for one or several testings among a large pool of available specialists and checking their competence. Let's imagine the situation that you need to hire the QA specialists for the task with estimation, for example, 100 hours. Your recruitment specialist starts the hiring process and opens the QA position. After that, your recruitment manager will receive, believe me, more than 200 resumes per day. As you know, QA position is very popular. So just imagine how many hours recruitment manager, technical lead, and you will spend in reviewing CVs and interviewing the candidates. I think it should be much more than you have in your testing estimation. Instead, You select a provider of QA services based on reputation, experience, and specific of tasks. The second reason is lack of time. Close deadlines make project team close eyes on a number of punch items. Details are neglected and everyone prays for code to work. Nobody practices this technique anymore. If the product or feature is not ready for release, it should not be pushed. Dedicated QA team helps to save time by ensuring simultaneous procedure of testing and development. Both teams accelerate the task's fulfillment that guarantees smooth and on-time release. Also, software testing companies have a lot of experienced QA resources. For example, if you need to finish the testing till the end of the week, you could give this task to the dedicated team, and they will involve as many QAs as you need. I have experience when we had a task to complete in 4 days, the QA team with 20 specialists for 1 month testing to help our partner to test his store before big Christmas release. So everything is possible, just ask for help. The third reason is unavailable resources. Not every company is able to possess a wide park of various mobile devices, tablets, and other gadgets with most popular operation systems types and versions. But software testing companies do have, because testing is their main activity. For them, devices are not luxury, it's the necessity. If you have, for example, web application system and you are developing a little mobile application for that, you need to buy all required devices to be sure your application is working properly. As you know, nowadays new gadgets are expensive. So the budget for these devices could be much more bigger than the budget for the mobile application. Instead of buying all required devices, you could use the services of specialists who already have them and are aware of their specific features. And please, don't use emulation or simulation systems. It could show what does not exist and will not show what is in the reality. Also, not every company has testers with all types of tests in line. Not every manual tester that you have in your QA team specializing in performance testing or in penetration testing. Software testing companies have their specialists. They could do all types of testing and do it with a high quality. The reason number 4 is focus on priorities. Usually, small projects don't require large management team, but in case of team augmentation, you should enlarge the management or change the priorities. Dedicated QA specialists have their own management team with well-established and working approaches and methodologies. You don't have to bring up new team. Instead, you are able to focus on core activities. For example, you have some idea, questions, or problems. You don't need to go to all the team and speak with everybody. You could speak just with manager of dedicated QA team. This person answer you all questions, help you with estimation, with additional resources, and give you advices how to bring the processes. The reason number 5 is fresh view. Dedicated QA team is not aware of all the properties of how the system is designed to operate. Without any preconceptions, testers evaluate and verify the quality according to the requirements and specifications, if any. They ensure exact and accurate evaluation. Dedicated QA team has independent fresh view from the developer's point of view. If QAs and developers are from one team, it could be the situation when QA found the bug that is very expensive to fix, or maybe developer even doesn't know how to fix it, that this bug is not reported in the bug tracking system. In such situation, dedicated QA team is independent opinion, and you could keep calm that all bugs were found are in the bug tracking system. Also, we have experience when in case of long-term projects development, management and even QA team that see the project every day for 8 or 10 hours per day just could not see the problems in the system. It's like a child for them. So you need to involve dedicated team with fresh view to find the fresh bugs. It could be one iteration for testing or, for example, one additional tester for the team. And the last reason, number 6, is lack of experience. The development team cannot perform quality evaluation themselves because they are not aware of nuances and tricks of QA testing. They are not used to review the product from the user's point of view. Due to large experience in the subject matter, dedicated QA staff ensure the thorough checking of system quality. Software testing companies collect all testers who has experience in specific sphere and involve them in such projects. That's not 1 or 2 projects. That could be 10, 11, 15 projects. So these QA specialists know all nuances and specifics in such systems. They predict the problem moments in the project. Dedicated QA team knows the functionality that must be in such system. So you receive not only tester but also a little bit marketing manager. This tester could even have 2 graduations, in software development and testing, and in telecommunications or banking or economic and so on. It helps to test the project from user's point of view. I hope that these few reasons and all this information help you to understand that dedicated team could be for you a good friend and assistance. Just not afraid it. Thank you for staying with us. We still have a couple of minutes to answer your questions. Let me see what questions we have. The first one is, should we searching for dedicated team only in our country we are from? I think not only from your country. For example, in the case when the customer is from United States, hiring the dedicated team from Ukraine is very useful. Why is it useful? Because, for example, while you are sleeping, the software testing are working, and when you get up, you have the list of bugs, the list of problems of your software product. So it will help you something like development and software process 24 hours per day. The second is, what is your advice for finding the best dedicated team for our process? First of all, you need to understand what do you need. Yep, what needs do you want to cover by this dedicated team, by this QA team? It could be helping you in releases time. It could be one more test for all the time of testing, or it could be one iteration of testing. Also, you need to see the experience of this team and the quality of this team. The next question is, for what company size do dedicated teams fit best? I think it will be for small and middle companies because these companies have not such big budget, not such big process, and dedicated team could really help to these companies. If you have any questions left, please contact us using the contact details on the slide, and we will answer them soon. Thank you all again, and have a wonderful day or evening. Bye bye.